Chapter 8. Naturally Fortified. I want to be a ghost for Halloween, Fudge said. A scary, scary ghost. I think we can arrange that, Mum said. She was feeding Tootsie purple mush from a jar. Tootsie lets half of every spoonful ooze right back out of her mouth, so her mum has to scrape it off her face and start all over again. It takes 3 tries to finish off just one baby spoonful. Feeding Tootsie can be an all-day project. What about you, Peter? Mum asked. What do you want to be for Halloween? 6th graders don't wear costumes, I said. Really? Mum said. When I was in 6th grade... Yeah, that was a long time ago, I said, interrupting her. 100 years or more? Fudge asked. Not quite, Mum told him. What's Tootsie going to be for Halloween? Fudge asked. A baby, I told him. Ha ha, Peter, Fudge said, laughing. You're funny. Every time Fudge laughs, Tootsie laughs too, and when she laughs with her mouth full, she really makes a mess. So now she has plums all over her face, plums drooling down onto her bib, plums in her hair, plums covering her rattle, which she banged on the tray as she laughed. Turtle hangs around when Mum's feeding Tootsie. He's developed a taste for baby food. Mum says it isn't good for him. He needs to chew up hard food to exercise his teeth and jaws, and once a week I give him a special tablet to help his breath. Lately, he has the worst dog breath. I'm glad Sheila Tubman isn't around to tell me how bad my dog smells, because this time she'd be right. Fudge says Turtle should rinse twice a day with Precious Breath, this new blue mouthwash that's advertised on TV. Fudge is very big on commercials. He's memorized all of them, and when we go into the supermarket, he drives us up the wall reciting his dumb jingles about why we should buy this product instead of that one. My father spends his mornings at the university library and works at home in the afternoons. How's your book coming along? I asked one day when I got home from school. Slowly, Peter, he said, very slowly. I'm still gathering information. I hope to finish my research by Christmas and start the actual writing after the holidays. Fudge stood in the doorway, nibbling on a piece of cheese. Dr. Seuss can write a book in an hour, he said. How do you know that? I asked. I don't, but I bet he can, Fudge said. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Do you like green eggs and ham? Yes, I like them, Sam, I am. Okay, that's enough, I said. Boys, I am trying to work now, Dad said. Do you think you could move to another room? Later, we were watching the 6 o'clock news when Fudge's favourite commercial came on the air. Oh, look, he said, it's the dancing cats. And he put down his Lego and watched. Everyone knows that cats can't really dance, I told him. It's just a lot of fancy camera work. Shut up, Peter, he said, and then he turned to Dad. They have cat food commercials and dog food commercials and people food commercials, so how come they don't have bird food commercials? That's a good question, Fudge, Dad said, without really answering it. Minor birds of the world unite, I began, trying to think of a clever commercial for bird food. What's unite? Fudge asked. Never mind. You sound like Uncle Feather when you say things twice, Fudge said. It's contagious, I told him. What's contagious? Forget it, I said. We should feed Uncle Feather Choco, Fudge said. If you give it to the one you love first thing in the morning, you don't have to worry for the rest of the day. It has 45 vitamins. No, I said, that's not it. It's fortified with vitamins. That's what I said, 45 vitamins. No, not 45, I told him. Fortified. And I spelled it for him. Fortified. It means vitamins have been added. It does? Fudge asked. Yeah, I said. And anyway, you shouldn't believe everything you see on TV. Right, Dad? That's right, Dad said. You lie when you make up commercials? Fudge asked. No, but we exaggerate sometimes, Dad said. What's exaggerate? Fudge asked. We embellish to make our point, Dad said. What's embellish? Well, sometimes Dad has to stretch the truth, I explained. Thank you, Peter, Dad said. That's a very good way of putting it. How do you know so much, Peter? Partly because I'm in the 6th grade and partly because I'm naturally smart, I answered. Then how come you only got 58 on your geography test? Fudge asked. Because Mr. Bogner tricked us with matching questions. What's matching questions? It's what teachers do to prove that you aren't as smart as you think you are, I said. You'll find out that someday. But I am as smart as I think, Fudge said, so there. I wasn't about to get into an argument over that one. On Friday afternoon, Alex and I were downtown. We stopped off at the movie theatre to have a look at the display of Superman photos. I already had seen Superman in New York, but Alex had missed it, so we decided that when it comes to town, we'd try and go and see it together. Next to the movie theatre was an art gallery. There was something familiar about one of the paintings in the window. It was all white with two black circles in the middle and a red square upper left-hand corner. I know that painting, I said to Alex. Well, it doesn't look like there's much to know, Alex said. I snapped my fingers. That's a Frank Fargo painting. Alex shrugged. Who's Frank Fargo? My friend's father. I was there when he was working on it, I said. Let's go in. The only other person in the gallery was a very tall, skinny woman with a neck like a giraffe and more curly hair than I had ever seen. She was really good looking. I liked the way she walked, with her head high, her back straight. Hello, what can I do for you? She asked us. We were wondering about the painting in the window, I said. The white one with the circles. It's called Anita's Anger, she said, and it's by Frank Fargo. I told you, I said to Alex, who didn't seem that interested. I know him, I said to Giraffe Neck. He's my friend's father. Really? She said. Yeah. How much does it cost? Alex asked. $2,500, she told him. What? Alex said, for that? Yeah, he's becoming quite famous. But it's nothing special, Alex argued. I bet I could paint that just thing in an hour. Just like Dr. Zeus can write a book, I muttered. What's that got to do with it? Alex asked. Nothing, I said. Forget it. It may look simple, she said, but I assure you, it takes a lot of talent to paint that way. That night I asked my parents if they knew that Frank Fargo was becoming famous. Yeah, Dad said, didn't you? No, nobody told me. Nobody tells me anything. Mum and I are considering one of his paintings. It's in the gallery downtown. What, that white thing with the black circles and the red square, I asked. Yeah, that's the one, Dad said. Do you like it? I don't know. Sure does cost a lot. Well, that is the problem, Dad said. And now, I'm going back to work, Mum began, looking up from her needlepoint. You're going where, I said. Back to work, she told me. I've been offered a part-time job by Dr. Munro, a dentist in town. I thought you were sick of teeth, I said. I thought you wanted to study art history. Well, art history will have to wait, Mum said. For now, I've decided to be more practical. I looked at Dad. Because of the book, I thought. That stupid book. You wouldn't have to be practical if Dad was the president of the advertising agency, would you? Peter, Mum sounded angry. That's not a very thoughtful thing to say. I didn't care if she felt angry, because I did too. It's all right, Anne, Dad said. I know what Peter's getting at. He'd like me to be president of the agency, right, Peter? Well, sure. Who wouldn't want his father to be president? But I don't want to be president of the agency, Dad said. And you've got to try and understand that. I do want to write my book, though. And sometimes you've got to do what's really important to you, even though it's not practical. And I never said I was sick of teeth, Mum told me. I said I wanted to think about a change in careers. So I'm thinking it would be nice to have a job again, and if Daddy weren't working at home writing his book, I wouldn't be able to leave Tootsie. So it's all working out, you see? No, I said, everything is different. What do you mean, Dad asked. I don't know, it's just everything. Mum going back to work, you writing a book, us living here, Tootsie being born, Fudge going into kindergarten, me in 6th grade, everything is different. And you don't like it? Mum asked. Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know if I do or if I don't. Well, changes take some getting used to, Dad said. But in the long run, they're healthy. I didn't feel like listening anymore, so I said, Can I call Jimmy tonight? Sure, Dad said. Go ahead. Jimmy answered the phone. Hey, how's it going? He asked. I could tell that he was eating something. I don't know, I told him. Everything's different. I can't get used to it. Well, everything's the same around here, except, well, you're gone. He must have swallowed because his voice cleared. He told me about school and about our friends and the way Sheila Tubman is telling the whole world how much she misses me. And then he said, Peter, I have a confession to make. What's that? I've been using your rock. Not just sitting on it, but using it. You know what I mean? It's okay, I said. Don't worry about it. No kidding. No. Oh, you're a great friend. You know that? A really great friend. Well, I have a confession to make too, I said. I'd be using my Kreskin's crystal, not just looking at it, but using it to get to sleep at night. Oh, he said. So I guess we're even, I said. I guess so. But he didn't sound as if I were the world's greatest friend anymore. I saw your painting by your father. I saw a painting by your father today, I told him, ready to change the subject. The white one with the black circles and the red square. Oh, that one, he said. Yeah, my father painted that one night before my mother left for Vermont. One night they had a big fight and she threw red paint in the canvas, and that's how he got the red square in there, and that's why it's called Anita's Anger. I didn't know what to say because Jimmy never talks about his parents' divorce, so I changed the subject. Do you know how much it costs? $2,500. Can you believe that? Anyone will pay that much for it. Shows how much you know about art, Peter. It sounded as if he had something in his mouth again. Pretzels, I thought. My father's last three paintings were sold for over $2,000 apiece, so before you go around opening your fat mouth, you should know what you're talking about. And he hung up. Great. Just what I needed. My best friend hanging up on me. He'll probably call back in 10 minutes, I thought, but he didn't. I waited until Halloween afternoon to call him. It's me, I said, and I'm sorry. About what? He said. You know, about the price of your father's painting? Oh, that. It just so happens that my parents are thinking about buying it. Which one? You know, Anita's Anger. Oh, that one. You should tell them to buy a different painting. Anita's Anger is a rip-off. Even my father says so. But you said, yeah, I know what I said. For a minute, neither of us spoke. Finally I asked, so what are you doing for Halloween? Oh, the usual, he said. Nothing. How about you? I'm taking Fudge trick-or-treating. How do you get roped into that? I volunteered. What, you volunteered? I think he was chewing gum. This time, you weren't kidding when you said everything's changed. He was chewing gum. I could tell he was blowing a bubble, and I thought I heard it pop when the bubble broke. My mother and my father were surprised when I told them I'd take Fudge trick-or-treating, but Alex said he'd come with me so long as he didn't have to walk next to Fudge or hold his hand crossing the streets or anything gross like that. Besides, we planned to take him out early, bring him home, then go out by ourselves, and I knew how badly he wanted to go with us and not with Mum or Dad like all the other kindergarten babies. Alex called for me at 6:30, and when I saw him, I couldn't believe it. He was wearing a costume, a sheet decorated with black circles and a red square. I'm Anita's Anger, he said. You like it? He turned around a couple of times, holding his arms out. It's different, I said. So, what are you? He asked. Me? I was wearing jeans and a flannel shirt and the same clothes I'd worn to school that day. He's a sixth grader, Fudge said, and Tootsie's a baby, and Turtle's a dog, and Mummy's a mummy, and Daddy's and Daddy's, and I'm a scary, scary ghost. Woo! Fudge swooped across the room. What, you mean you're not going to wear a costume? Alex asked. Not even a mask? Oh, sure I am, I said. It's upstairs. Wait a minute, I'll just go get it. I raced upstairs and found Mum changing Tootsie. Where's Fudge's disguise? I asked her. She looked blank. You know the one he sent away for? You know the 4 cereal box tops and the 25 cents? Oh, that disguise, Mum said, sprinkling baby powder on Tootsie's backside. I'm not sure. But, Mum, I need it right away, so please try to remember. Why, I thought you said you weren't dressing up this year. Yeah, I've changed my mind, and Alex is downstairs waiting. Oh, let's see, Mum said, fastening Tootsie's clean nappy. It could be in Fudge's toys. He always likes that disguise. Look in the closet, in the red toy box. I ran down the hall to Fudge's room and threw open the closet door. The red toy box, let's see. Here it is. I dragged it out and rummaged through it, and there it was at the very bottom, the Pepperidge Farm cookie box, where were the black eyeglass rims attached to the rubber nose and the stick-on beard and moustache. I also found an old hat that once belonged to Grandfather Hatcher. I smoothed it out and put it on, along with Fudge's disguise. I checked myself in the bathroom mirror, then ran downstairs. That's mine, Fudge hollered when he saw me. I'm just borrowing it for a few hours. No, no, no. No, I said. Okay, then you don't get to go trick-or-treating with me and Alex. You can go with Daddy, like all the other kindergarten babies. Goodbye. And I flung the glasses and rubber nose and tossed them on the side and acted like I was really going to leave without him.